It's been about 16 years since the Benoit tragedy, and you know, look at people always had theories about it and like why he did what he did and talking about his brain damage and CTE and all that and watching a documentary about it. And I watch it a lot because it's interesting to me, and this whole tragedy has scarred my brain in wrestling. It's something that people still want answers from to this very day because we'll never understand why he did it. Watching a documentary, I saw some things, like heard some things from Nancy's sister saying that Benoit has hit her before. Didn't know if it was intentional or not, things like that. Made me think about it in a different way. When Eddie Guerrero died, Benoit was very depressed and upset about it. But why take it out on your wife and son? I don't think this was a brain damage thing. I don't think it was anything like that. My whole opinion of the whole Benoit tragedy was I think that he did maybe snap, not because of CTE or concussions, nothing like that. I think Nancy and Benoit actually fought a lot. Nancy and Chris Benoit, I think they argued a lot with each other. Yeah, you see the pictures of them as a happy family, and David looked up to his father and all that, and I don't think David wants to believe he did it for a reason because of brain damage, or it wasn't really him, saying that he actually loved them. I'm sure he loved Nancy and Daniel, but I think that maybe Nancy pushed Chris Benoit the wrong way, and Chris Benoit snapped and killed her. I mean, why would he do it? I'm sure they got into some kind of argument or something is what's made Chris Benoit do that. I think he did it out of anger and not really roid rage, but just anger, and he snapped and killed her and said, "Oh my God, what have I done?" He definitely meant to kill her, but I think that he had other thoughts of, should I take my son's life too, taking Daniel Benoit's life as well. My theory of it is I think that he wanted to kill himself, and so he wanted to take Nancy and Daniel with him. But I think the depression, maybe the stress of it, I don't know. I think that he couldn't deal with life anymore without Eddie Guerrero. And one day he just said, "You know what? Screw life. My wife is going to get on my nerves for the last time." Not saying he was right for this. He was not 100%. He was 100% wrong for this. And then he apparently duct taped her hands together and put his knee on her back and broke her back and strangled her with a phone cord. So we know he did it. He had the mindset of how he was going to kill her and what he was going to do to her. But if they fought before, I'm sure that she just pushed him the wrong way, saying the wrong things to him, and he snapped. Not saying he was right. As far as him murdering Daniel Benoit goes, I believe that it was one of those things where maybe I'll see you guys again in the next life. That's why he placed the Bibles next to them. I think that's what it was. Maybe he believed that once he died, he'd see Eddie again, and he wanted to see Nancy and Daniel again in the next life, if that makes any sense. Even though if they did see each other, they probably wouldn't talk to each other in the next life, whatever. But it was one of those types of things where, he did it because he wanted to be with Eddie, and he wanted to take his family with him. And that's my theory of why he did what he did.